So we're a little early today on live because we're ready. I know. Unlike when I'm shutting the window and the ABC sign is there and nothing's lit. Bob's our special guest, our mystery guest, left his volume on his phone. He's going to shut that off.
He will.
Anyone know who it is? No. It's Uncle Bob.
Does anyone know who Uncle Bob is?
Well, Dylan does.
Yeah. Hi, Dylan.
Oh.
In case you're watching.
Oh, I miss Dylan so much.
Me too.
He's at Primrose, and it's spring break, so he's at school today. They're dyeing eggs, and I'm trying to get in to dye them with them. I asked the teacher if I could do that.
Cool.
So, because I haven't seen him, because it's not my spring break, which is the shittiest part of COVID-19.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
So, no, totally.
I never did it.
Totally was. But I'm going to fly to see Andrew in Nashville tomorrow, which is what I did 2 years ago on spring break when I didn't have Dylan.
I remember that.
Coincidence? Hi, who said hello? Hey, Susie. Hey, Sherry. How are you guys?
Oh my God, I need glasses.
I know. That's why I sit here. I have to go like this. I'm blind. So today, I'm just going to start with why I'm wearing the shirt I'm wearing. Oh, and I'm going to fix my little thing like that. There we go. So today, is the first day of Cats playoffs. Yes! Okay, so I decided I was a season ticket holder for like 10 years. And then they disappointed me for a decade. Until I quit. I have not been to a game in 2 years. I'm going to be there tonight. They are going to win.
Yes.
We are rocking the red. I'm wearing my shirt all day. I'm teaching a class at New World Title, and I'm going like this. Because this girl,
so
Mama is a Caps fan.
Mama is a Caps fan.
So my question to you guys is, you guys are going to Virginia Beach. Oh, have fun for Easter? I want Ginger. Can I babysit Ginger? Okay, we have Marshall Tucker playing because I just turned Spotify on. And, oh, it's too loud. Thank you.
No such thing as too loud.
Is there really such a thing? Oh, now it's so quiet. I like Marshall Tucker. So, Marshall Tucker.
They like you too.
Marshall Tucker, you think, are they alive? I don't even know if Marshall
Susie
Tucker
knows.
Susie, is Marshall Tucker alive? Marshall Tucker was introduced to me by Kit, my aunt, who died at the ridiculously early age of 46. She was only 7 years older than me, so it was a little bit of, my hair's doing weird things, sorry. So it was a little bit of, I know, coming from you, Suze, turn the music down. But anyway, so I was about 12, and she was 18, and drove a big old, some kind of Cadillac or some big old car, boat. You know, no power steering, no. It was a boat. It wasn't a car.
Well, that's back in the day.
It was an 8-track player.
Yes.
And
it wasn't in the glove compartment, or?
No, it was built in.
It was,
come on. We don't slum in here.
Wait.
And so she had a Marshall Tucker 8-track, and we sang Marshall Tucker at the top of our lungs all summer long. I used to spend my summers in California. Morning, Lucia. Missed you last night, although I got to hold your little fake you. That was kind of cool. Lucia's away for spring break. Everybody's away for spring break.
Yeah, I know.
I know. And now all my clients are like, can we see a house today, tomorrow, or Saturday? I'm like,
sure.
It's spring break. I'm not here.
What do you mean you're not here?
I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
You're here now?
I know, but I'm going to rock the red tonight. Go Caps!
I'm growing the beard, right?
So anybody who doesn't know, this is Uncle Bob. How he became Uncle Bob, I really don't know, but he's like an official member. Dylan thinks you're his uncle.
That poor child.
No, he really does.
He really thinks I'm the legitimate uncle.
I don't think he knows the difference. I don't think kids know the difference.
No, that's
it's how you introduce someone and who you talk about them, and you do uncle-like things.
You started Uncle Bob. I didn't.
I don't know. You do uncle-like things. You taught him how to fish. Uncle Bob taught him how to fish.
I taught him how to fish. I taught him how to catch his first turtle, his first tadpole.
You pulled him out of the lake when he fell in. That's an Uncle Bob kind of thing to do.
Well, no, it's an Uncle Bob kind of thing to do. Have him fall in the lake while I'm watching him.
It's okay. He fell in on my watch in the pond. I watched him. It was like slow motion. We finally saw that there were fish, and we were trying to feed them. And he got so excited, he like looks over and he falls head first into the pond. off the gazebo, which is off limits because the geese have not had their babies yet. No goslings.
Oh no, I was walking my dogs this morning around a lake, a big lake, over by Sweetwater, and the geese were following us around, yelling at us the whole way.
Oh my God, I've been trying to do Snapchats every day.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I didn't do one yesterday. Geese watch, because they have giraffe watch. That giraffe hasn't had its baby for like a month. I can do that with my geese, right? So I do it on Snapchat just because nobody needs to know everything about me. You kind of have to find. If you really want to know, you have to stalk me on multiple platforms.
Oh, you'll find out everything.
Well, I don't exactly.
More than you want to know.
I don't keep secrets. Because he's everybody's brother from another mother.
Well, that might be true too, but anyway, go ahead.
Okay, next up on live. Paternity test. Are you the father? We're going to turn into like a Jerry Springer show.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we can do that.
I have a whole... Okay.
You have the list still? Never mind.
This is a family show.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, I was down there doing the geese, and I've gotten like, the gander is so evil. He's all like, all the time. Yeah, he is. And it's gotten to the point where we kind of have an agreement. You can get certain level, like he knows we're safe. We're not going to go after them. But I've been pushing it because once I get, an inch, I take a mile. And so, I know, it's true. So I've been pushing it. And day before, because I didn't do it yesterday. I had PTSD. 2 days ago, I go to do my geese watch, like, see, she's still sitting there, no geese. And I walk out onto the thing. And he comes flying. And now he normally comes flying over and lands in the water, like right in front of her. He came for my head.
Yes.
He was hissing at my head. I never ran so fast in my life. It's all muddy down there. I had mud all over me, and I'm huffing and puffing. I wouldn't look back. I was just like, whoa. He was coming for me.
Now, you realize what you were running from, right? You're running from this flying thing that has a mouth that's about as big as your hand.
He was mean.
And the damage...
I don't like confrontation.
You ran from the confrontation.
I really don't like
All you have to do when they come at you is just like a wham, and they fall down.
No, he would freaking hurt me.
He has a mouth that's about as big...
No, his mama bear instincts kicked in. Any mama knows
that
that you don't F with them when it comes to their kids.
They're nasty. They will bite you. They will bite you.
He was gonna... He might leave a mark. Can I tell him?
Not bad.
I know.
You have to talk nice to him. If you tell him, it's okay.
Oh, no, I usually tell him to just chill out. I'm like, chill
Chill
out.
out, it's cool. And they get to know
We
you.
had a good relationship going until the other day. I blew it.
Maybe that means
I crossed the line.
The babies might be like babies in the nest?
No, because they come out within 24 hours. I've Googled the shit.
And then they go into the water?
Yeah, 24 hours.
Paddle around
And they're in the water. So I just keep looking. If it happens when I'm in Nashville, I'm going to be so mad.
Ooh, I'll be here too. I'll stop by to check them.
Goose watch.
Goose watch.
Or geese watch. They typically have between 2 and 8 babies at
What do
one
you call little geeses?
Goslings.
Goslings, like Ryan.
Yes. You call them Ryan.
Are we going to name them? Like Dylan?
Yes. Dylan named one of the geese Bob. What's the other one's name? I don't remember.
He did not.
He really did. The first day they appeared, he called one of them Bob. I told you that. So
Yes,
anyway, so Bob is the one who takes care of the tadpole tank. Well, let's look at the tadpole tank. Am I going the right way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Oh, there it is. He's the one that maintains the whole thing. I don't do it.
It's a tough job.
When it gets nasty, I'm like, Bob, I feed them, and I look for legs.
Mine have legs.
I know, the tadpoles you stole from my pond. Not only does he have tadpoles, he stole tadpoles from my pond. And you take my pond water to take care of your... Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a terrible thing.
So that's what uncles are good for, tadpoles and fishing and falling in lakes. But anyway, this is Uncle Bob. Do you know that Terry introduces you to his kids as Uncle Bob too?
He did that the other day, and he was telling Kira to call me Uncle Bob. And she was calling me Bob, and he said, call her Uncle Bob. Call him Uncle Bob. I was like, I can call him Bob. But yeah, I was like, that's cool.
No,
I feel accepted now.
You're Uncle Bob. So, Uncle Bob is my guest on live because he watched the first week, and he was very active. And I called out for people who wanted to be on live, and he said yes. And then when I called to remind him this week, he said,
No, wait. When you called to remind me yesterday,
I think it was the day before.
Might have been the day before, like at night. So effectively yesterday. Yeah, okay, go ahead. That I was on. I was like, oh, okay.
He's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, you are. No, the schedule's now booked until the end of June. We have some awesome people coming on here.
That would be cool.
Like really awesome
Like who?
people.
Give
Can
the folks-
I give names?
Yes.
We're gonna have Tattoo Tom on here.
Are you really?
Yes.
All right, I want to be here when he's here. I'll just be tending the pond and shit, stuff,
Family chef.
the family show, and while he's here, because I miss him. He's
We're
cool.
gonna have Tattoo Tom
He's
on.
amazing.
We're gonna have Sherry Brown, Absolutely Massage, who saves my neck.
Mhm.
She's better than surgery. She's like amazing. We have so many.
Yeah.
I have to
Well,
look.
look at the lineup.
Nicole Jenkins.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You should write this down and hold it up.
Oh, I should. Like, you know, like these are my. Oh, go Caps! Every time I see it, I get excited. I've not been to a Caps game in 2 years. I used to live at the Verizon Center.
Yeah, you were all about
Mm-hmm.
it. You don't have your red hat. What happened
I
to
can't find it.
it? Your red hat was the best.
I have a red sparkly hat I bought
the
in
best.
Vegas, and I need to find it.
You need to find it.
I've looked in 3 places this morning. I don't really even know where else to look. Like, I see it, you know? Because I moved a bunch of times.
I just had a thought.
What's your thought? It's not appropriate,
No,
I can
it's not an
tell.
appropriate thought.
Some guests you just can't bring on the show.
Well, it would be where it might have gone. Somebody might have taken it somewhere.
Oh, I know where you're going. It would match.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we started something new. So live, because I absolutely love this more than anything.
You need to be in it more. You're more important. There you go.
I'm gonna wear red shoes. Can I ask? Oh, good morning, Massimo. How are you? Bravissima.
Bravissima.
I love your accent. Now I want to drink wine. He's a wine guy.
I'll go get some wine.
No, you're crazy awesome. Not me. Well, I am too. We are crazy awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love him so much.
Where's
I
he
love
from?
everybody.
Now explain, because
He is on Kim's team.
Oh,
With
really?
Keller. Yeah.
Kim Spear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a rock star agent.
Awesome.
And he's
Awesome.
a wine guy, like sommelier.
Sommelier.
Like him. We should have all my. How come I have multiple friends that are sommelier? What does that say about me?
How come? I wonder.
I don't know. I think everybody should. I'm just saying. I kind of like wearing this shirt. I feel so
Cappy?
happy, casual.
No, casual. No, it's a good looking shirt.
I feel excited. It's a little big, but we'll deal with it. It was the only one that I had left last night at 10 o'clock at Target.
Target?
Well, I used to wear Jason's jerseys, and he doesn't live here anymore. He's at school at UVA. He took all his Caps gear with him.
You just said 10 o'clock at Target, and it just reminded me of, well, you might not even remember this.
Oh,
The-
when I blew my neck out.
10 o'clock at Target?
Uncle Bob used to, so I blew my neck out. The whole reason Sherry is so awesome, see my little scar. I blew my neck out 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And it was about the same time that I separated from Dylan's dad. And I had nothing. I took nothing when I left. And I was bent on getting the place up and running in 13 minutes. So I would beg people to take me to the store because I couldn't drive.
Couldn't
I was
drive
on
because
too many
of-
meds because
too
of my
many
neck,
meds.
waiting for the surgery. And I would just buy everything. Like I'd be like, oh, I just need one thing, and like 4 carts later. Were you at the store when I bought the furniture?
Okay, so you would beg
Who was
people.
at the furniture store?
It was me, and I'll tell
Ah.
the modified version of that story. You would beg people, and then people would say no, we'll do it tomorrow, and then you'd come to me,
And say I'm gonna do it
and
anyway.
you'd say, if you don't come pick me up, I'm going to the store
See,
to
that
buy
doesn't
these
even
things.
sound like me.
No, it wasn't you because you were under the influence of sedation, heavy
Well, I
sedation.
had so much. Waiting for that surgery was like the worst 4 weeks of my life.
So I would, since I only live a few minutes from you, I'd buckle and go and just keep you safe. I got yelled at by a number of people. Like, why are you enabling her? I'm like, because I know that she'll actually go in, because she has, and I don't want her to die. And it would be funny. We'd go get milk. We'd go
follow
get
me
milk.
around because I'd have a hammer trying to hang pictures at like 1 in the morning,
Yeah.
and he'd follow me around and try to take it away because I would just keep.
Yeah, you were
It's gonna hurt something.
you were lost back then.
When
But
I
yeah,
have a
the furniture day was amazing. I want to go pick out a couch, and we went
I
to
filled my entire house.
for everything, and then you passed out,
Well, I fell asleep.
fell asleep. when you had to sign the papers for the biggest purchase of all the stuff, and the guy came over to me very sheepishly and he goes, can you wake her up?
It's probably like the biggest sale of his life. I furnished the entire townhouse and then I fall asleep before I'm done.
You had to be there, folks. It was pretty funny.
You know, I still have almost all that furniture.
You made some very good choices.
I made very good choices.
Well, Jason was there too.
There were a lot of people there.
Jason, no.
Was Dylan there too?
It was me, Jason, and you.
Just, I remember more people.
You might have gone on other shopping sprees, but the major one was that, and Jason really helped a lot. He was like, no, Mom. No, Mom. Because you wanted to buy some really crazy stuff. But you made some pretty good purchases.
I did. I still
You
love
have
my
a good
sectional.
fashion.
Yeah.
You have good fashion sense.
Those bar stools. I need new bar stools. Does anyone, where do you buy your bar stools?
Somebody
type and tell me where you buy cool bar stools. Because mine, I bought pleather, vegan leather.
Yeah.
And it's all worn and nasty. And
pleather's
you can't buy
not
plastic bar stools.
Not a good.
Pleather's another word for plastic. So anyway, I just popped my gum in my mouth. I have a social media coach now. I do. And so I had my second meeting with her, and we talked about live, and I have so much fun doing the show, and I love that it has it's consistently inconsistent. Like, I love that. It's just whatever is on our mind, whatever we want to talk about, what's going on in our lives. I love talking with you guys, like Susie and Lucia and Sherry,
Massimo.
Who else
Is that Italian?
Are you Italian? I don't remember. I don't know.
I like the name.
I think it's Italian.
Name's good.
I'm not 100% sure. He's got the most amazing accent, though.
And you don't know.
Like, he can
Italian?
just talk to me forever. Or like Spanish or
Yeah.
something. It's probably
Well,
Italian.
that's because you always like when you go to those countries, Greece. You like
My trip to Chile, can I just say, they are not talking to me in English.
Mm-hmm.
Like, preparing for this trip, they always talk to me in English. No. I'm the one who has to, I mean, I get it. I'm going to your country. I have to speak your language. But I'm a little nervous that my international language of smile is not going to get me through.
That is going to also have to be the international language of a lot of money, then. It's,
I don't know. Help me.
how much is that? Oh, it's that much.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I got to find a few trustworthy people. Where was I going? Oh, so my social media coach. So she's kind of helping me get my shit together, for lack of a better thing. I want to do awesome things, and I want to be an awesome person, and we always want to be better. So rather than trying to invent the wheel ourselves, I ask somebody what wheel works. So she said, and I've been kind of thinking about this anyway, that I need something that it has to have some sort of theme. I can't just have, it's Thursday.
Just randomly throw in.
Right, and I said, but that's kind of what I like about it, is that it has no theme. Right? It's like a morning show. They talk about whatever they talk about.
Okay.
Okay, so I like that. But she's like, so I said, what if people bring a book?
Oh, to this thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, what if they bring a book that they're reading or have read or one of their favorite books, and then we give it away to the people who watch and comment on the video. So it doesn't matter if you're watching it live or not, because we're not actually giving away the book until the following week. So the beginning of the following week's show, I'll be on my phone looking at everybody, and we'll randomly pick a person.
Okay.
So it's pretty
Throw
cool.
darts.
Throw darts at my phone.
Sure. Why?
I'm looking a little pudgy today. Look at that. I think
No.
those Girl Scout cookies are catching up on me.
You're fine.
Anyway.
Grow a beard, then you can't see.
I've been shaving.
It's a family show. For God's sakes.
Waxing. So anyway, so she said book, that's great, but then people are going to think you're a book club. I'm like, oh. So I had to think it through, and she said it's something that inspires them. So I have to ask my guests what inspired them, and they bring it to the show, and then we share it.
Did you do this with
on
me?
the show. I just told him to bring a book.
You said bring a book.
Whatever. We're learning.
So
Trial by fire.
So what?
So what Uncle Bob did is go Caps. Uncle Bob brought an entire backpack. Pick it up.
Well, you said bring a book, and I didn't quite get that, so I was like, here's what's sitting in my office, handy.
So Uncle Bob, if you don't know,
I said, here's some books.
Uncle Bob was a therapist for 20 years. What's your degree in?
Psychology.
He's got a master's in psychology, and he worked in the prison system.
I've done that.
Yeah. And did you do private practice too?
Not private.
No, always worked for something,
Always
some
worked
kind of
for-
institution. A lot of drugs. You did a lot
Kids, adolescents, drugs,
Addiction.
therapy.
of.
Primary.
You did that, and then he decided to become a loan officer because. Right? Did I miss something?
No,
Because I
you're
met you as a
totally,
loan officer.
you're totally. All right, so I did that for 20 years as a therapist, and I got really tired of hearing the same old stories over and over and over again. And it just got a little old, so I wanted to do something else. I did not want to go back to school. It was the last thing I wanted to do because I suck at it.
Want to hold on to that?
Turn it up, turn it up.
It was loud.
So I had just bought a house, and I was friends with the loan officer, and he said, "Oh, you'd be really good at this." So I did that.
How long were you a loan officer?
Almost 10 years.
Really?
8 years.
So that's how I met Bob as a loan officer.
And she was a realtor.
Mm-hmm. And that was a long time ago, though.
Quite a while ago.
Like a really long time ago.
10 years, probably.
More. It has to be more.
Yeah, no, it was because I've been a realtor for 8 years or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. And then he decided to become a realtor.
Oh,
And now he's on. I know it's good music. It's a throwback edition. Oh, I'm gonna do a little plug for Roxy and Lucia's 90s night at Ashburn Pub. Oh, are we switching sunglasses?
I don't know.
At Ashburn Pub next Wednesday. It's 90s throwback week. So right now we're throwing all the way back to like the 70s.
I will go to
Listen
that.
to this. Okay, I'll do that first. Oh, please. Are you guys dancing? You thought we were going to talk.
Huh? Oh, wait.
This is inappropriate.
The most inappropriate part is coming. Oh, it builds.
I'm a lot of fun. Oh my god, I love this song. We can't do this because I'm just going to do this for like the whole hour. You ready? Bam! Come on, give it a bam! Okay, that's
You need to do that with Tattoo Tom. He
likes heavier music than that.
I know, but he could do that. He
Yeah.
would make that heavier than it is.
That was awesome. Did you guys enjoy your little dance party? Give me some
I
likes
think
and
it-
loves and hearts. And, you know, if you comment, you have a chance to win something in this backpack. Where's the backpack? Okay, so I asked for a book, and I got a backpack. Are you ready? Let's go. We're getting serious here. Shake for me, girl. Sorry.
I want to be your back. And I had this conversation with somebody the other day. I want to be a backdoor man. What does that lyric mean? A lot of people think it means the stinky thing that it might mean.
Exit only, or?
Yeah, no, it doesn't mean that. It's an old blues thing. It simply means I want to be the guy who sneaks in the back door when your husband goes to work.
Both of them suck.
Yeah. And both of them happen, so.
Getting the lead out. Yes! I'm telling you. This is Jessica, you need to be on this show.
Who's Jessica?
Jessica is a client who
Oh, I know who that is.
sells sex toys.
Yes, I know who she is.
Yeah.
I have
she's
some of
way
those.
more than that. She's going back for her master's. She's like an HR pro.
Well, I
She's
think I've stalked
a
her
god of everything.
on some level. I think because she said something to you once, and I read her stuff.
Okay, she likes Girl Scout cookies too.
She's pretty
Anyone who
cool.
likes Girl Scout cookies can be on my show. Okay, so anyway, this is back to
You should
backpack.
have a thing. You should have a scroll on here that you can type some of these things that you say, like anyone who likes girls.
Oh, I don't know. Can you do? There must be an
I don't
app.
know.
I bet you there's an app
There's
for
probably
that.
an app for that.
I'm all new to this stuff. Okay, so here is one of these things will be given out next week based on who comments this week. Okay?
I gotta.
So we're just starting at the beginning here. We have, he still didn't shut his phone off. Do you know how rude that is?
I did. It's Chewbacca. Sorry.
Okay.
It means I need to make lead generation calls. That's what that.
Okay. Hey, Mark. How are you, baby?
Oh, Mark.
So we have Start Where You Are, A Guide to Compassionate Living.
By Pima Chodron.
Pima Children. Why do we love this book?
She's just an amazing. She's a Buddhist monk, and she's one of the most gentle spirits who's walked the planet, and she has
She
amazing.
looks gentle. Doesn't
And
she
she
look
has
gentle?
amazing things to say, and she's got a very feminine perspective. So nice.
She doesn't look feminine.
Well, that's kind of a little judgmental, don't you think?
Maybe
Not
I
really
need to read it.
Buddhist, not really.
Maybe
a
I need to read it.
Buddhist.
I was just, you said feminine and it just
No, she is. She's
seems a little backwards.
she's amazing.
And he's on the page, Train Wholeheartedly. Now it's time for us to continue our journey and walk it like we talk it.
Boom. Go.
Book
So
number
he
1.
is on my desk.
Oh, I love this.
This one.
My man. Tony!
Yeah.
Woo! Now, you've never watched
Change your
that.
state. What? Go ahead. What? Sorry.
Now I am your voice. I will lead, not follow.
What's next?
Oh, I will something not. Now I am the voice. Now I am the voice. I don't know. Step up. Set a new standard.
Step up. Yes, set a new
I love
standard. It's
Anyway.
amazing.
Tony,
It gets you going.
Awaken the Giant Within. It's one of his first books, isn't it?
It is his
The
second
first?
book. I think
Second
it's
book.
his second.
Oh, third, because he's the author of
You know what I
two
did
things.
the other day? I did one.
Are you
of the-
coming to our seminar?
Yes. I'm having one right after you.
Okay, but are you coming to mine?
Why would I do that?
Why not?
Because then I have to drive back to
I've
my
been to
place.
UPW like 10 times.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Are you done learning?
I'll do it.
You have no need
So
to
one of the
continue
things
to
that he did that I thought was cool is like, all right, conduct.
You used to hate Tony. I love this. I first walked on fire, and he's like, Tony, that's a cult, that's bullshit, that's this, that's that.
No,
He's just doing NLP, or is that
He's
it?
just doing LLP.
It's nothing,
and he
it's
stole
blah,
it.
blah,
No,
blah,
I thought it was.
blah, blah. And then
I
when
went
he
to school
finally
with
took
people.
his filter down and looked at it, he realized that Tony Robbins has a gift of sharing this information and penetrating through our thick skulls. And while no, there's nothing that's rocket science in here, his delivery is amazing and it'll actually get you to listen. He makes positive impact on the world.
He takes a whole bunch of stuff and synthesizes it and packages it and most importantly presents it with genuine authority. If you read neurolinguistic programming, which I have done, I studied that. In fact, he mentions in this book Dr. Cialdini a number of times. I did research with Dr. Cialdini when I was at Arizona State University.
So you're just jealous.
Well, he takes the stuff that I know and no one else, a handful of people would ever know, and he uses it in a powerful way. And yes, I was possibly just a little jealous. Plus, he's 9 feet tall and I'm a midget, so.
Well, yes. He's kind of amazing. So I saw, when I was with Firewalk and Mark Sweeney,
Now that's a
when
show.
I was at San Jose, it is not. It is truly designed.
Yes,
So
it isn't
the whole
designed
part
to
of
break
the plan,
through.
yeah,
Okay.
it works. And it's real fire. And I burned myself. So anyway, I was at, the last one I crewed was in San Jose.
Mhm.
And he had Pitbull on. Now,
That's
I
right.
love Pitbull. I think Pitbull's music is amazing. I think Pitbull is charismatic. My husband looks like Pitbull. So,
Yeah.
I think Pitbull's
My
awesome.
husband's better looking than this.
Significantly. I'm taller. And my husband. But I like Pitbull. I think he's awesome. I love his music. I love his whole thing, whatever. I can't even think of any lyrics right now, but, you get it. And Pitbull comes on stage with Tony Robbins, and I'm like all excited, and I'm crew, so I'm really close, and I think it's the greatest thing in the whole world. And suddenly I didn't like Pitbull anymore.
Because?
Pitbull was crap compared to Tony Robbins.
Because
Pitbull was shallow.
He's just a show.
He was a shallow shell, and Tony Robbins was the real thing. And you could tell when you put their two energies together, Tony's the real deal.
Tony is.
I have chills. It was such a realization in my brain, oh my goodness, how awesome Tony is, because Pitbull's awesome.
But Tony Robbins
Tony goes so deep. He walks the walk.
He
walks
he
the talk.
lives what he does.
Yes.
If you read these books, what he says he does,
He read a book a day for a year.
He talks about how he tries to do the things in here. He saw some guy do a karate thing and break some boards, and he knew nothing about how to do that. So he decided he wanted to do that, and he immerses himself in that for 2 weeks. And the next thing you know, he's breaking 5 cinder blocks. He's just off the charts. He lives.
But anybody can do that.
And that's his point. Anybody can do that.
I believe anybody. No.
You have to have time to be able to.
Well,
just do
it's how
nothing
he
but
started.
that.
He started from nothing. If you listen to the guy's
His story's
story, he was
amazing.
like huge and fat and getting evicted, and his power was cut off. I mean, he got beat up as a kid. Like, he did not come.
His father-
No silver spoon here. And his, his early years were a little bit of trial by fire. But anyway, so you could win this book, and we're going to read one of the pages you have marked here.
Hold on.
No, you don't get to pick.
Okay.
This is my show.
Go ahead.
Destroy the blocks, break down the wall, let go of the
Yes.
rope, and dance your way to success. The power of life metaphors.
Yes.
The metaphor is perhaps one of man's most fruitful potentialities. Potentialities. I didn't know that was a word. Its efficacy verges on magic, and it seems a tool for creation which God forgot inside one of his creatures when he made him.
Nice.
So this, Tony Robbins, could be
Break
yours.
down your walls. Absolutely.
Okay. One of these. I only asked for one, mind you.
I just took
Does not
everything
follow
that was
directions well.
No.
I got in trouble once in school. Let's shut the heat up.
Yeah, I got it. You
No.
keep talking.
Okay. I got in trouble in school once because I wrote a paper. This is in high school, and I still remember. I only got a C, and I worked my ass off on this paper.
Mhm.
Like, my ass off. But it was only supposed to be like 2 or 3 pages, and mine was 12. And I got a C because it was too long. And the kid next to me, Eric Verbatnea, I know you're Facebook friends with me, so if you ever watch this, I'm calling you out. I'm pretty sure it was you. Did his paper that morning, and we're turning him in, and I'm so proud because I worked for days on mine. And Eric's like, oh my God, I just did this now, And I'm like, you loser. And then they come back, and he got a B, and I got a C. And I will never forget it. I was so mad. But really, I didn't follow directions. It doesn't matter how much effort you put in if you're not, I can work really, really hard to get to Alaska, but if I'm headed for Florida, I'll never get there.
Tony talks about that. He talks about following directions to learn how to do something, but then also breaking and stepping out of the box.
Right. But not with your essays in high
Not
school.
with
Okay. So, Byron Katie. I love Byron Katie. So when I gave my TED Talk, I had these illusions that I was the next Byron Katie.
Wow, that's a tall order.
I know.
Tough.
She's amazing. And then instead I went sideways and blew my world up. But,
You were fine.
this book is Question Your Thinking, Change the World, quotations from Byron Katie. If you don't know who Byron Katie is, she is the pinnacle of love what is.
Mhm. She's
Don't be afraid.
she's a
love
former
what is.
realtor too.
Is she really?
Oh yeah, she was
I didn't know
a
that.
very successful realtor in California.
The page we have saved here. Stressful thought. My husband doesn't listen to me. Can anyone relate? Can I get an amen?
I listen all the time. Just for
So, the 4
Not for her.
questions. Is it true? Probably not.
the
Can you absolutely know that it's true? How do you react when you believe that thought? That's all.
Repeat that one.
How do you react when you believe that thought?
Not whether it's true or not, just how do you react when you believe it.
And who would you be without that thought?
Oh my God, who would you be if you didn't have the thought that...
Your husband didn't listen to you. Or I'm not a good realtor, or I am too fat, or I whatever. Who would you be if you didn't believe that? Like, I'm looking at my thought face when I say that. Apply each of these 4 questions in turn to the stressful thought. Ask yourself the question, sit still, wait, and allow your answer to surface from deep within.
Deep.
Once you've walked yourself through the 4 questions, turn the thought around by finding opposites to the statement you wrote. For example, my husband doesn't listen to me. One turnaround is my husband does listen to me. Find 3 genuine examples of how that statement is true in your life. There are other possible turnarounds, such as I don't listen to me and I don't listen to my husband. Find 3 examples for each turnaround. When you question your stressful thoughts, you come to see that everything that has been troubling you is just a misunderstanding. You realize that what you believe isn't necessarily so. This is the beginning of freedom. The work always leaves you a kinder, clearer, happier human being. You could win this book with Bob's pages marked.
I'll get them a brand new one.
No, they want yours.
They
That's
want
the whole
my
point.
highlighted, written.
No, this is we're
scribbled.
giving back to the
Okay, we're
world.
giving back.
Okay, but we had to pick one of these. This is only an hour-long show. Okay, this
Which,
one.
by the way, I wanted to say something about
What?
that. Most people who do like radio shows or blogs, they like there's commercial breaks and stuff. This is ambitious as hell to be here for an hour.
My internet provider sometimes knocks me off after 20 minutes, so it doesn't matter.
God.
Yeah, last week we had a power outage. I'm sorry. I learned that the generator that the house is on is not on the old potting shed, which is now my office, and we went dark in a thunderstorm.
You were with who, Susie last week?
Yes.